Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another try on video. A few very exciting products to me that I wanted to pick up, and I'm going to show you what we're doing today. So I have my Sephora box right here. So here I have goodies from Give Beauty. So I have the mascara, their bronzer duo, and then the blush duo and the highlighter. Then I have the Huda Beauty tint, and I will also show you what this looks like on my lips. This is a new product to me. And then the other exciting part is the singles from Nabla that were just recently launched. I was so excited about this launch. You guys already know how much I like Nabla eyeshadow formula. I've made my own two palettes, and we're gonna do the swatches, and I'm gonna show you the look on my eyes today. I've already had the eyeshadows for about a week in my hands, so I do have some thoughts to share with you today. So I just noticed that this was in a box, like a little sample of Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, and I think some of these shades can work for me. So since I don't really have like a full new foundations, we're doing first impressions, so why not? So I just have my skincare on my face. So since this is a very matte foundation, I think I'm not gonna prime my face at all. I'm just gonna go with the sample, and I'm gonna use the shade medium 2. So this first one is a light 2. I think this could be good for me for my lightest self, but I'm gonna go with this one today. This is a medium 2. Okay, it's so hard to open this with nails on. There's a lot of foundation in this sample, so I'm gonna use my flat brush. Let's just start applying here. Okay, I didn't expect this much coverage, so let me just use whatever that was all over my face. The shade matches me okay, I think. I have so much more product left here. I barely touched this little sample. This could be for like 5 times uses, I kid you not. Can I just say this is beautiful? While the coverage is gorgeous, beautiful glow. I don't know if it's gonna settle into matte. I've been wanting to try this foundation for a very long time. Let me know if you've tried it. What are your thoughts? I literally feel like I have filter on my face. Wow, that looks pretty, and the color match is like spot on. Next thing I want to do is to go into the contouring. Look at this beautiful component. I got the shade Hitting Up. Beautiful component, and this portion comes out, you guys, like in her other packages. So this is a cream contour and a powder bronzer duo. I just got my reflection in the mirror. This foundation though, holy moly. Was I missing out this whole entire time on NARS foundations? You gotta tell me. I'm gonna go with my Huda buffing brush. The promo on this campaign, Gwen Stefani, looks absolutely stunning. I'll tell you what, this blended like nobody's business. I'm not complaining at all. This is beautiful so far. I haven't used the contour, especially cream contour, since, let's see, 2017, since the palette. Do you remember that palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills that had like 6 pan, the contouring palette? The contouring palette, the first. I think that was the first one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have you guys tried this duo? Let me know. Did you have your eyes on this? The shade is definitely contouring. It's nice and cool, and it is very subtle. I really like how easily this blends. So the quality so far and the undertone is beautiful. No complaints for application or shade or anything like that. But as far as definition, I think this shade would work on my palest self, but this complexion right now is my summer complexion. It's a little bit deeper. So I think for contouring in winter time, like, or any other time when I'm not self-tanned, I think it would work for me. Right now at the moment with my summer tan complexion, I think it doesn't stand out as much. I want to use this powder bronzer now to set this business. You guys see how my brush is? It's not very big, but it's kind of like a little bit wide. And I feel like if I just dip this here, it's gonna get into the cream formula. I wish there was a flap. I wish there was something that would cover the cream formula. I don't know why they wouldn't think of that. I'm gonna try to go like sideways. There's a little bit of a kickback on this powder as well, so I think it's gonna inevitably get into the cream product. I just detected a scent. Wait a minute. It reminds me of my grandmother's powder. Once I started picking up the powder and like digging my brush into it, I guess like it just kind of flew in the air, and I felt the scent. But this bronzer so far is very, very light. Again, I'm not really getting any definition. It seems to have a natural finish, so I don't think it mattifies this area too much. Guys, few thoughts on this product. I love the packaging. I think the design is beautiful. I think this one is incredible quality. It just blended, melted into my skin so beautifully. Look how seamless this is. And I think they paired the shades very lovely with these two. I think these two products go perfectly in like undertone and intensity. This is not a matte formula. More of your natural satin finish. And I definitely want to see how well this is going to last throughout the day. And then I really do not like that there's no cover. In that regard, this is a little bit of a miss for me, just the packaging. Now let's get into the blush. It's called Feeling Cheeky Amplifying Blush Duo. I got mine in a shade Flirty Talk. Very beautiful packaging, slightly bit different design from the bronzer, but the same concept inside. The shades look absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go with my Ulta larger brush first into the matte one. Wow, there's a lot of kickback, you guys. I just want to show it to you. Can you guys see it? It's all over the palette. And there's a lot of product here, so I have to tap it off. Before I go with the blush, I just applied my concealer on my eyes. It's nothing new, so I'll have it linked for you in the description box, of course. But let's go with this blush. It has the same smell as the bronzer. I think they may be all scented like this. Okay, the pigment is beautiful and it's a lot. Let me apply this on the other side. Yes, it's quite pigmented, and so far everything applies really nicely and smoothly. I don't see any patchiness. I really love the color. How beautiful. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose here, just a tiny bit. I feel like this side is a little bit more blended because I've taken less product, and this one is a little bit more pigmented. So I think less is more in this one. Okay, now let's go into the satin one. I see a tiny bit of glow, very subtle, mixes with the first shade pretty well. I am definitely blushed to the gods, but I love this color. A few words about this. Again, beautiful component. I absolutely love this design. They did an incredible job with these designs. I'm kind of at this point happy that both of these products are powders because there's a ton of kickback. I do want to test this one on its own. I do not notice any like specific glitter particles or shimmer particles, so it's very nice and smooth. And then it works perfectly as a topper. So if you're not a highlighter person, then this might work for you, but the color is absolutely stunning. I love it. I would love to do the eyes, and I will do highlighter towards the end of this video. All right, guys, I finished my eyebrows with these two products. This is the tinted brow gel. This is considerably new to me. I just recently picked it up from Sephora VIB sale. Already featured it on my channel. Tinted brow gel. I have mine in a shade 04 Midnight Brown. And then repurchased item. This is by Give Beauty. This is called Hella On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. Mine is in a shade 4. This is my second one. Amazing formula, by the way. Amazing formula. And I also specifically wanted to do a shout out to this spoolie brush that's on the other side. A little bit more on the larger side, and it's very soft. Whenever I have a smudge from my mascaras, I would let it sit, and I would specifically look for this spoolie and just go and slightly rub it on that spot, on that mark, and it just takes it off very gently without disrupting. Before we get into eyes, I really want to do the lips, and I really want to try this Huda Beauty lip stain. This is a lip blush, creamy lip and cheek stain, and I got mine in the shade Peachy Kiss. That is a beautiful color. I am very excited. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to apply it without a lip liner, because that's what stains are for, right? The color definitely shows up. It's nice and rusty. This feels like nothing. It has a very thin, like cream formula, very, very thin, almost like watery consistency, but not quite watery. So now let's move on to the eyes. This is a Liberty Singles eyeshadow system. I believe this components existed before already with their glitter quads. I don't think the glitter quads were available in singles. I think they were pre-made palettes, and I think you can still get your hands on them. I have pretty much every single Nabla eyeshadow palette that's currently available, plus one that's discontinued. I do have a ranking video of all my Nabla palettes, but I've never tried their glitter quads. I think I'm gonna save the story for my monthly collective haul because today's a try-on video, but I got a story. I got a really funny story. For that story aside, I ended up with two quads, and they are magnetic, so you can clip them together. I do have a reel made on my Instagram to show you how I put these things together. So this component in person is absolutely stunning. Look how sleek this is. These two shades did not swatch the best, but I will save you the explanation for a little bit later. Now let's go ahead and create the look with this palette today. This first shade is called Gingerbread and it is matte finish. The second matte shade that I used in today's look is called Ode, O-U-D, beautiful cool tone matte. The shade that I used on my lid, it's called Baklava, and this is a matte finish. Nice, smooth, metallic, full pigment formula. It is very creamy on touch, picks up very well with the brush, and goes with a full opacity on the lid. The shade that I have used on the inner corner of my eye is a matte finish. Shade is called Bergamot. As far as these mattes, both of these shades are very nicely pigmented, blend like no other, just what I expected from Nabla formula. This is the way I know Nabla mattes. I had no difficulty blending them separately or into each other. Stunning, stunning formula. As far as this shade, I think due to the nature of the color, it needs to be pat on a stickier base. If you blend it on its own, like into your crease or on your lid, it almost blends into very light pastel and gives you like a yellowish tint. However, if you like to achieve this specific shade, then you would need to apply it on a sticky base. As far as this matte shade, stunning. Very creamy, very soft on touch, picks up on brush beautifully. You can spray it if you want to, but you really don't have to. This is beautiful, creamy, soft, full opacity, not chunky, just goes on lid smoothly, gives you a beautiful reflect, just simply effortless. In this quad, I got a little bit more of a special shade. This first shade is called Candy Notes, and this is a Magic Chrome finish. This shade has a shift from icy to pink. This is definitely a quite unique shade. It is nice and smooth. You do not see any chunks of glitter or shimmer. It looks beautiful in the inner corner of the eye, also on a lid, on your brow bone, whenever you want to put it, because it's very nice and smooth. It doesn't have any rough particles. And I also used it as a highlighter the other day on a pink blush. So beautiful. This shade is mesmerizing. This is definitely my favorite shade. I'm generally not a single eyeshadow person, but for this specific shade, I might change my mind. Now let's get down to this last two eyeshadows, and they are the same formula, just slightly bit different shades. This is the shade called Lychee and has a celestial finish. I want you to see the single shade up close because it does have texture. Here I pick it up with my finger, and I hope you can see that it does have a little texture. As you can see, it goes pretty solid as a swatch. It's not a topper shade. However, you can shear this out. Here my swatch is a little bit chunky, but if you blend it out, look how beautiful it blends. Just with the finger, it does blend pretty nicely with the brush. I like it very much on a lid when it's sheared out. This is one of those eyeshadows, if you like the wet lid effect, if you like single eyeshadow just all over your lid with maybe nice eyeliner, one of those like very ethereal shimmers, but without like chunky particles, this is the eyeshadow. And this last shade is called Myrrh and also Celestial Finish. And look at this reflect. If you put this all over the lid, it literally gives you a glassy wet lid effect. Look at this glossiness. Wow, beautiful. No chunks. Everything just blends so beautifully into skin. Personally, for me, I've already mentioned that before, but I enjoy eyeshadow palettes for their complete color stories. I forget about my singles, and here I can create color stories and it looks like a palette. I also enjoy this concept very much because there are two quads. You can They're magnetic, you can put them together, take them with you, or you can just take one. I love this so much already. The quality of Nabla is already my favorite. When I was shopping, I initially definitely wanted to get more shades. I probably would end up with at least 4 of these. However, when I was shopping, majority of the shades were sold out, and even after I added them to the cart, by the time I was checking out, a bunch of them were not available any longer. So I ended up with 8 shades. I already see myself loving these quads and traveling with them, etc. I have last 2 items to show you. Let's apply my lip gloss. This is a lip injection, a lip gloss from Too Faced that I recently discovered. The shade is called On Blast. Has a really nice spoolie. This shade is so beautiful, and it's a little bit plumping formula. It's not the most tingling formula. However, if you don't like tingling at all, I would say easily pass on this. But if you like tingling formulas generally, this is really not that tingling. I think these 2 products look really good together. And now let's finish off my makeup with this beautiful Give Beauty highlighter. Pretty good amount of kickback on this, and it also does have the same scent like the other 2 products. I definitely see this area being a little bit more highlighted, but it's not an intense formula at all. Okay guys, this is beautiful. It definitely gave me more glow, but this is so blended. It is so kind of subtle. I think the color is really universal. I think you can really wear it on any complexion. I'll definitely be testing it and keep you updated. And okay guys, this is a finished makeup. I think everything came together really nicely. I want to see this foundation up close. Okay, I see a little bit of creasing right here on the side of my nose, and it does look a little bit heavier here, but I also started from this area. I want to test it again. Definitely I want to see if the smaller amount would look better. And I applied it without a primer, and I feel like here on my T-zone where I have more visible pores, it starts looking a little bit heavier. And here where I kind of have like mimical tiny lines, I feel like it starts looking heavier and kind of like settling into the texture. However, it looks beautiful on camera now that I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, but I think I definitely over applied it. Again, I'll be testing that sample and I'll keep you guys updated in my roundup video. And you guys, I just realized that I did not use the Give mini mascara that I had here, and I will definitely keep you updated in my monthly collective haul. So stay tuned. That should be coming out in just about a few weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I would love to chat with you there. If you enjoyed my company today and this video, if you'd like to see more videos in your timeline from me, make sure you are subscribed before you leave today. Hit the notification bell that you are notified every time I upload a new video. And thanks so much for watching, hanging out with me today, and I will see you in my next videos. Bye.